Alright then everybody, welcome back to StarBornFeline here. We're picking up where we left off on Reverse 1999. So we actually managed to overturn the so Neto's sentencing of death by poisoned wine, and are now proceeding on to try and figure out what the next course of action is in our investigation. Also to note, 37 managed to torture the Manus individual so much with math that they actually ran away screaming, trying to catch with Arcanum. But besides that funny little note, we're continuing onwards with part 15, Convergent Birds. The clamor has ceased. They settled on the treetops, enjoying a moment's rest.
Congratulations, Miss Neto. You are the fastest learner of our doctrine among all the visitors in the past half-century. On behalf of all orators, I award you this laurel wreath.
No, I wouldn't have achieved this without your guidance. Those mathematics statements are really inspiring. I've learned a lot. But there's still something confusing me, such as Pythagoras and his golden thigh, his memory of the previous lifetimes as the son of Hermes, and the transmigration for every 216 years. Could you please tell me more about these?
Why would people fail to see the charm of the matrices? This is not right. I need to spend more time on teaching.
Anyone, save us! Thus my journey of art is doomed to fail. I really don't want to study maths anymore. Help.
Timekeeper, you are here.
I heard that you completed all the lessons on the scripture. This laurel wreath suits you well.
Timekeeper, I'm sorry. At the assembly, I failed to understand the arcanist's logic. It was totally different to the debates I have participated in. But now I have...
That was not your fault, Sonetto. It is now behind us. I need to tell you something more important. I've signed a peace agreement with Arcana, and the price of breaking it is... death.
What? So Manus Vindictae is also restrained by the stone bangle like we are.
Yes, she put it on without hesitation. But I don't think her purpose would be as simple as hearkening the ancient wisdom. I attacked Manus' followers earlier as 37 asked me to. But I received no punishment from the bangle. Perhaps this island makes its own judgment on what to be classified as hostility, like it has a mind of its own. Sonetto, do not report this to the headquarters before we figure out how the bangle works. After all, there are many other things to investigate on this island, other than Manus Vindictae.
I see. I will contact Miss Druvis and Miss Moiselle first and keep an eye on Arcana. Timekeeper, this island, the Manus' mask, and your suitcase are all immune to the storm. Does this mean we could collect more asymmetrical nuclide R samples?
I tried to collect some samples last night in the outer region of the island. But the detecting device showed nothing. If we were to find out more, we have to go to the center area.
What are you conspiring now? Do not poke the fire with swords, and do not jump over a crossbar. The assembly will not be held every time when there's a crime. Please take heed of my warning, and do not overstep the line. Learn a lesson from them.
Lilia, didn't you say you have Regulus with you safely?
Apologies, Vertin. I was going to rescue Sonetto through a very creative underground tunnel. But things didn't quite go as planned.
Not a bad innovation for a simple clap on the forehead. If only you didn't miscalculate the location of the explosion.
This apple is grateful that it didn't get blasted into a puddle of apple jam.
Warning. Shell cleaning required. Warning.
I don't know why, but when I was in that cave, ideas kept flooding into my head. Though, judging by the outcome, they weren't all good ideas.
On a routine patrol, I found them trying to break into the cave. I'm not surprised that an irrational number would try to trespass on forbidden grounds. But you two? The integer and the fraction? What were you doing with her? This is a serious crime.
Do we have to go through this debate again?
It's okay, Timekeeper. I will defend Regulus. I've thoroughly studied the scripture, and this time I'm sure I can do better.
Forget it.
Forget it.
It is unwise to waste time trying to understand an irrational number's motive. Besides, we should let the reckless take care of the least important matters. That's it. Regulus, you will come with me to clean the beach.
Huh? Me? Again?
Since you have too many floating points, words of discipline would not work on you. We would have suggested you study with the rest of the students here. Abstain from eating meat, bathe in cold water, rise with the Apollo star, study our doctrine, read the scripture aloud on the beach, so as to remove your floating points and purify your soul.
What? I won't do any of that.
But taking your peculiar character into consideration, I decided that some compulsory labor would be the better option.
Oh, that's the best news of the day. I'd rather clean up the rubbish on the beach than be surrounded by people giving sermons all the time. At least the rubbish doesn't talk gibberish. I'd be dead if you didn't change your mind.
Regulus, studying the scripture is not that scary. They will teach you and guide you until you take full command. Just like taking lessons at school.
Huh? Is that what schools are like?
Haven't you been to a school, Regulus?
Haha! A great pirate would not remember trivial matters as such. So, where were we? Which part of the beach needs to be taken care of by the great captain?
My laboratory.
Whoa! Where did you pop up from?
"37. Aren't you supposed to preach to the visitors?"
I've seen their numbers. A group of negative repeating infinite decimals. They will achieve nothing but to repeatedly step in the river of mistakes. I gave up on them.
Fine. Those of you who are complicit in breaking into the cave will also be sent to labor. Sonetto and Lilia will come with me to patrol. Regulus, you can go clean the lab. As for Vertin, you will assist 37 with her study of the emanation. Don't waste more time on the trivial matters of the phenomenal world. Integers. That was the sole reason you were on this island, was it not?
Don't let down your guard. The arcanists on this island are not as easy to deal with as you imagined. Down in the cave, I heard some pretty alluring and intriguing anecdotes.
Miss Lilia, this way. You will cover this area.
Stay on the radio.
Don't worry, Timekeeper. Lilia and I will keep an eye on Manus Vindictae.
We are counting on you, Sonetto. I have a feeling we are coming closer to a big secret.
Alright then. Let's see. Okay, I think the issue is I turned my volume down for the desktop music a little bit too far down. But yeah, no. So the cave seems like something of interest. Yeah, I know.
I can't wait anymore!
Decent grants. I don't have enough theme for that one yet. I actually started building up a peace team with some of the other characters I've gotten. It's not great, but it's not awful either. Mainly consisting of the two 4-stars of Bottom and Pavlio. Mr. Wannabe Gamester.
Isn't it? It could be found. Oh, there's a bubble. Time to check my calculation.
Is that Tooth Fairy?
Start me up!
Or is that the enemy? I can't quite tell.
Isn't it? Relax.
Woohoo! Release!
Oh, there's a bubble. Breathe.
Make it one we have two of these little scuttling guys who deal big damage.
Professional. No worries. The final
They're
demonstration.
just little games.
Thank you for your cooperation. Welcome to the world of numbers.
Lights!
One down.
Don't
could be found. Are you a rational number? Form is a bubble.
There we go. Nothing to it but to do it. They will eventually understand the beauty of math. They will eventually understand the beauty of mathematics. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that's about it. Right? Sound the alarm. Oh, I remember this one's kind of a funny scene.
What? What am I looking at? So your so-called sacred project is this gigantic IDM computer? I was curious about them during my stay in Laplace. Those later versions of the model are so much better than the 66 ones. But this one doesn't seem that far advanced to those. This is not a junk piece the man has sold you, is it?
Items of the phenomenal world are all a waste. This one is long broken. After the emanation, we couldn't find anyone to repair it.
Why do you keep referring to the storm as the emanation? What does the emanation mean?
It is the waves of Numa. We are the expellees of the world of forms. We were banished to this damp and dark cave. Everyone here is obsessed with the fake light on the wall, but forgets to look for the truth. Numa, however, will lead us to escape the cave and return to a more supreme realm.
Eh? You make it sound like we're living in piles of rubbish.
Aren't we?
Of course not. If you ask me, I'd say you have absolutely no idea how wonderful the outside world is, because you have never left here to try it yourself. Dr. Pepper, the music festivals, Rory Storm, the Hollies, and the Rolling Stones. Oh, there are too many to count. If it weren't for this sick storm, I would still be riding a motorcycle in one of those races in London.
Your soul must be pretty contaminated.
And the computer, they can calculate extremely large numbers within seconds, better than hundreds of thousands of you combined together.
In the case of numbers, it's not the bigger the better. Also, this computer has never played a useful part in our study.
Come on, mate. You people just leave it in a cave. It's like sending an infant to the kitchen and waiting for it to bring you dinner. Never mind, you'll see what I mean after I fix it.
Can you fix an IDM, Regulus?
No, but I've seen the Laplace people do it. Shouldn't be too difficult, I assume. Oh, the dust! When was the last time you sent people down here to clean? Oh, some critters are nesting here. Oh, did I break into your party? Bertin, come give me a hand. They won't let me touch them.
Okay. That's the part that I find a little bit funny. The fact that she just said, like, did I break into your party? Like, seriously. At this point, Regulus has been attacked. This makes the third time Regulus got attacked by critters, so at this point she's just used to seeing them pop up everywhere.
It could be found.
Ow. Let's start with debuff.
No worries. Isn't that It could be found.
Trying to
Hey, get resist.
prep skill.
Intersect and divide. Even that.
Cut that up for next turn. And then
They're just little games.
Are you irrational members? Rock, rock, rock! Change the world! Peace and love! Peace and love!
Relax.
Start me up!
It could be found.
Come back to me.
Light!
I don't know what it's saying yet.
Intersect
Some of these are
and
pretty
divide.
easy, but I don't know a lot of good math terms, so I'm not sure what I could do with 30 points. Oh, jeez.
Don't touch my bag!
Oh, that's fine.
They're just start me up! Rock, rock, rock! Change the world! Lights!
Maybe not that really, but oh well. That works. Maybe wait for more than these.
Are you ready to be blinded?
Is a skill for 37 to use it?
Are you ready to shake?
It might be a good case, but
Woohoo! Release!
when we fill age, just get ready for next time. Ow. Well, that could
All be fine.
Even that.
strategize at your own risk.
It could be found.
Breathe.
Uh-huh. Start me up!
Even that.
Oh yeah, so last
They're just little games. Start me up! Woohoo! Release!
Form is a bubble.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world! Peace and love! Peace and love!
that worked out better than I thought.
We need some peaceful moments.
The final demonstration. Even that.
A two, show, a two, show it all
Welcome to the world of numbers. Time to check my calculation.
Alright. Apparently the big guy started doing is surprising.
It will all be fine.
A perfect argument.
No worries.
They're just Are you ready to be blinded? Rock, rock, rock! Change the world! Are you ready to shake? Woohoo! Release! As they fell, Lord Eric embarks on her legendary journey.
You fixed it. It's great to have you clean the laboratory, Regulus. Your floating point immediately reduced.
Oh, is that a compliment? Sounds like one to me. Thank you.
It's a wordplay, Captain. Infinity minus any numbers still equals to infinity.
Fine, fine. I should have given up the idea of changing your eccentric sorting system a long time ago. What's the meaning of humans inventing computers if these machines were only left here for some critters to nest in?
Thanks to you, now we can have a look at the previous models, Regulus. But it's a pity since it only has the data before 2003. Everything in the past 4 years has gone missing. This is our chronology, Vertin. From 1999 to 2007, the emanation has taken place 7 times. In the initial 4 years, the emanation has a pattern. First, it brought us back to the 90s, then the 80s, and then the 70s. After that, it suddenly leaped to the 30s. In the subsequent 3 years, it took place twice.
Every record here can perfectly match what is in the Foundation's files. Wait, these are the records before 2003, you say? But this one refers to the storm in 1966, which happened recently.
These are indeed the records before 2003. What's following the records is our forecast.
That's to say, you prophesied the 1966 storm 4 years prior to its occurrence. How is this possible? That you are clever enough to develop such a precise mathematical model, while at the same time you just let the IDM become the home of these critters.
We just worked out the patterns in the number sequences.
You made such precise prediction even without leaving the island. That's incredible.
You don't need to go into a river to find out the pattern of its flow. Moreover, we would send people to observe in the phenomenal world. My mother was one of them. She is the co-author of this model. Nobody knows this computer better than her.
So you have a mother too?
2?
37. Where is your mother now?
Like many people, she was restored to her true form. Since then, I took over this laboratory.
The form, you said? 37? What is it?
What kind of question is this? The form, or the essence, is what's left of you after all the fakeness has been peeled off.
Well, that's not a creepy way to put it, but I guess you can understand. So, people are always complicated. In the view of this island, the swarm is something that is basically cleaning away the muck, grime, and just the fakeness of what we see as the physical world. To them, it is returning them to what was their original true self, I guess you could say, before they got stuck in this. I guess you want to put it into layman's terms. They're basically saying, like, the storm is unplugging you from the Matrix and waking you up in the real world. Whether that's true or not, it's debatable. Because all we know so far on our end is that when you're caught in the storm, you are erased. Well, what does that mean exactly? Are you just simply erased from existence altogether? Are we reverted back to a previous time before you existed, quote unquote? It could be any number of things, honestly. That's what I find so interesting about this, because we know the storm is turning back time, but to what degree and how or why is it happening? Was it something an arcanist did? Was it something that science did? Not truly understand what they were working on. Other than that, I think that's going to be it for today. Comment down below. What are your theories about the storm, and what are your theories about what 37 said? Like, we feel that there's a lot of symbolism in this, not just like from philosophy, but also religion. If you notice a few episodes back, and just a few things mentioned. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. You all been a great audience so far. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff to get the video noticed. Share with the video if people might like this game. And remember, be kind. Let's create something new tomorrow. And this is StarBornFeline saying goodbye.